say thank you to those who served, our veterans. In fact, in my book, every day is Veterans Day. I can't speak here and not help but think about one of my favorite veterans, and that was my father, World War II veteran who served as a bombardier on B-17 in the European theater. And I think about his generation and what they did for America. I think about Franklin Roosevelt. I think about Winston Churchill, what he talked about, and that is weakness invites aggression. He talked about appeasement, and they defeated one of the most evil forces known to mankind. And they handed down a better America to my generation, a safer and more prosperous nation. I had the great honor of going to the Reagan Library last weekend at a National Defense Forum with the Secretary of Defense, Secretary of Homeland Security, and a lot of the top military officials in our government. I'm proud of the work they do. And I couldn't help but notice the words on the wall at the library. It said, "Peace through strength." And that's what Reagan stood for. And I think those words ring so true today, that only through a strong military can we have true peace. The peace through strength really means something today. And it was that peace through strength that defeated communism in the Cold War. And now we face a new generation of threats, and that's radical Islamist terror. We know that in Iraq and Syria that ISIS has taken over and formed a caliphate. We know in northern Africa that radical Islamist forces are at play as we speak. This is a threat of my generation. It is a threat that I hope my 5 children will not have to deal with in their lifetime. That's why our military is so important. And as we look at the Russian airliner being downed by a bomb placed by ISIS on an airplane, we thought Al-Qaeda had that capability, but now we see ISIS has this capability to blow up airplanes. I don't want that threat turned against the United States of America on airplanes inbound to the United States. Everything I do in this job is to prevent that kind of threat from occurring. And it's the United States military that will finally defeat and destroy this evil force known to mankind. And we need a strategy. We need a military strategy to defeat it. Because if we don't defeat it over there, it will come here. So I want to say thank you, and I want to leave you with one of the greatest moments of my life, I think, on my bucket list, if you will, was going to Normandy this last May. And my father was part of that air campaign. And to lay a wreath at the monument in Normandy, the picture of my father in the middle of all the white crosses at that hallowed ground, that sacred cemetery of our fallen heroes. And then they played taps. And there wasn't a dry eye in the house. And then we went to Omaha Beach, where the 3,000 soldiers were killed in one day on one beach. And then we saw Point du Hoc, where Colonel Rudder, that fighting Texas Aggie, led the Army Rangers up that cliff from many scenes and movies that we have all seen, to go up that cliff and defeat the Nazis that were on top in the pillboxes on top of that cliff. And I think about what they did. And they were just kids. They were 19, 20 years old. I think about what they did at a time of great darkness. When people say that things are so bad today, I remind them of that time and how great that generation was in defeating one of the most evil forces known to mankind and coming out victorious as a nation's, as a world superpower. And I would submit it's time to lead as a superpower across this world. First, Condoleezza Rice told me, you want them to like you, but they're all not going to like you. But if they don't like you, you want them to respect you. And if they don't respect you, you want them to fear you. That is her doctrine. I believe it's a doctrine of Churchill, Ronald Reagan, and I think it's a doctrine that will defeat this evil force that we have in our lifetime, our great generational struggle. And I am optimistic that we prevail at the end of the day, because this is a great country, and we will restore the greatness of America. So I want to leave you with these words. It was written by Father O'Brien in the Marine Corps, and I think it really defines the soldier so well. He said, it is the soldier, not the minister, who has given us freedom of religion. It is the soldier, not the reporter, who has given us freedom of the press. It is the soldier, not the poet, who has given us freedom of speech. It is the soldier, not the campus organizer, who has given us freedom to protest. It is the soldier, not the lawyer, who has given us the right to a fair trial. It is the soldier, not the politician, who has given us the right to vote. It is the soldier who salutes the flag, who serves beneath the flag, and whose coffin is draped by the flag, who allows the protester to burn the flag. God bless all of you veterans out there. May God bless this great state of Texas, and may He bless the United States of America. Thank you very much.